was finding out her diagnosis, that I don't think I could ever forget. My brother and I had come home from school a week or so before reading week. And my dad had sat us down at the table and said, guys, we need to have an important conversation. And before Dad could even say the word cancer, I had said it first. And he had tears in his eyes and I started crying. And it sunk in. That's when it really hit. Living without my mom, I never thought that at 23, I wouldn't have my mom around me. It makes you really take a look back and see how you've taken your parents for granted. I miss her every day. That's an understatement. And there are certain things that I wish I could share with her. Even just picking up the phone to call her, that's what I miss the most. We were very fortunate enough that she was home for her last Thanksgiving, which is actually this picture here. And she was in her wheelchair because she had lost her mobility after being in the hospital for so long. And we were at my nonna's house, so it was already that homey family feel. And my brother and I decided to kiss each of her cheeks, and just the pure joy in her eyes, I hadn't seen that in months.
To be honest, I expected something because I wasn't feeling well, and with working in a hospital, we always put ourselves last, and with a family, we don't rush to the doctors. And I knew I wasn't feeling right, so I sort of expected a bad diagnosis, but when she said cancer, it kind of shocked me. But I worked through it. I was, okay, what next? I just kind of let the word go through my head and I jumped to the next step. Well, my husband was with me. He was devastated at the doctor's office, but he got reassured that, you know, this is a curable disease. They found it early, and that I would have surgery and everything would be fine. The hardest part was coming home and telling the boys. Mark, my oldest, he didn't say much. He's pretty quiet, but Paul, my youngest, who's 16, he was a little devastated. He was asking why and kind of threw himself on the bed and started crying. A total radical abdominal hysterectomy, which means they take uterine, ovaries, fallopian tubes, everything is out, because the tumor had already started to spread in one of the ovaries. So the best plan for me was to remove everything. Then I healed for about 8 weeks, and then they sent me on a course of 6 chemo treatments, one every 21 days, and then 5 weeks of radiation. It did affect a lot of people. My nieces were affected because they were just devastated about the news, because being endometrial and you know, women, and you think about your ovaries and the cancer in breast, and affected my sisters, my mother, my mother-in-law, my little nieces who are 4 and 7 were asking what's going on, and we explained it to them. It's an awful way to go around trying to have a disease and to have people come to you and say, oh my God, what's going to happen? But once you sit down with them, you know, they realize that it's okay, it's going to work out, it's all good, and we're strong women, so we can get through it. I think it's not just your battle, it's your family's battle as well. So you need to make sure that you push forward, and I would tell those people, just keep fighting, because you know what, I've seen good things, and there's a lot of survivors out there.